We all know that working a typical 9 to 5 job will not give us the lump sum that we need to own a home in one go without taking a loan from the bank. In one of my previous videos, I shared with you how I built a house in Jamaica on a tight budget. In this video, I will share with you how you can build a house without a mortgage. To do this, we'll have to build the house in stages. Given that you already have a land, you already go through all the paperwork, get a plan, get that plan approved by the parish council, and also you would have already obtained your building permit. We already have the land, we have the plan, and we have our builder. The first thing is you are going to need a bill of material, and the bill of material is a breakdown of all the material that you are going to need to build this house. Also, you are going to need a quotation from your builder. So with the bill of material and the quotation, you can go ahead and we can start the first step. Stick a pin. Did you know that it is totally free to subscribe to a channel and to like the video? Come on, people, just subscribe and like up the video, man. Do that. Do the right thing. All right. Before we start, Bill, we need to get the material that is required for the first stage of building. You get all the material. Ensure that on the bill of material, it's broken down so you can know what is required to build for the first stage. And the first stage of building would be the foundation. For the first stage of building, we're going to purchase the materials that are required, and we're going to put aside the money to pay the workman or the builder / contractor. We're going to first prepare the site. And by preparing the site, it means that we're going to get a backhoe or excavator or weed whacker, whatever is required to clear the site. Also, we'll need to set up temporary water supply and electrical supply, which will be very critical in the building process. Bear in mind that some lands, especially if they are located in a housing scheme, would already come with the infrastructure for water. All you'll need to do is to go by the National Water Commission and connect the pipe. Bear in mind that they will charge you for commercial usage. They'd probably charge you a flat rate per month. Say you're in a remote area, you'll probably need to get a water tank and purchase water to fill the tank. Get the electricity going, some contractor or builder would already have a standby generator. That is a very good thing to have, especially if you're building in a remote area. After clearing the site, we are going to box out the foundation and put up our batter board, join the mason string, and ensure that all corners are perfectly square. You can prepare the site and put up the batter board and leave the project as is. No, you cannot do that because the vegetation will grow back on the site. All the boards will fall down. So you just have to make preparation to do all these stages at once. Clearing the site, putting up the batter board, and digging the foundation. Now we're going to dig out the foundation. It's best to use a backhoe to dig the foundation because sometimes we encounter some issues. Say, for example, there are stones on the land that you'll need a jackhammer for. And it's easier and quicker. It doesn't make any sense. You think that you are saving money by hiring men to use primitive tools to just dig the foundation, which will take them a few days up to a week when a backhoe can do the job for one day and you just pay them one money. Sometimes we think that we are saving money, but it's actually costing us more. So after we dig out the foundation, we're going to do the steel work. Install the footing, pour the concrete, and cast the foundation. So we cast the foundation and say we run like a 2 rows of block to take the house out of foundation. The money run out or the money run low, fine. You can leave the project right there until you obtain some more money to take you to the next step. So that is what we're doing. We're building a house without having to take out a loan from the bank. So at the end of this project, you will not be owing the bank. You will own your house 100%. So here we're going now. Me go mash some works and the card loaded. So more money there to continue the building of the house. I already had my steel from the digging of the foundation because we have to put up the steel from the foundation up, right? So I went and I purchased more sand and gravel, and I purchased all my blocks, and I got me some cement. So we're going on to the next stage of the project. The next stage of the project now is the structural construction. That means we're going to block up everything. And at this point, it depending on the size of the house you're building. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to block up everything. For instance, you're in a hurry and you need a room or two to live in because you want to stop pay rent. You can block up 2 room, um, roof it, and then you live in it and continue to build the other rooms. We're not in any hurry now. We're going to block up everything. We have our materials, so we just start block up the house. We block up the house all the way up to the window height. So the house is blocked up to the window height now. We're going to install our lintel. The lintel is the horizontal structural beams, reinforced concrete steel over door and window opening. Now, the purpose of the lintel is to safely transfer the weight of the walls, preventing sagging, cracking, and or structural failure. And now we're on to installing the belt beams. So these are horizontal reinforced concrete bands, and they're placed on top of the walls to tie the entire structure together. The belt beams, they're basically increase structural strength, and it's basically help to protect the house against hurricane and earthquake. So after all, everything is up. All the walls are up, the structure is up. And say at this point, you want to live in the building, you can still go ahead and roof a portion of the house to live in. But as we say, we are wait till it's done. We are bring up everything and we're doing everything at one point. So personally, I don't like to do half of roofing and then go back to do another half of the roofing, which join the roofing together, because later on we will have some issue with maybe leaking, especially when rain is falling, and anything like that. So I don't like to join anything. I like to just build at one go. But if you have to prepare a portion of the house to live in to save you money, with all means, go ahead. And then later on, if you have any issue after you join the roof, you can just go ahead and fix it. It's still cheaper. If you're living in a rent house and you want to get out of that house and live in your own home, you can just go ahead and do whatever at this stage, because it would be best for you to do that and actually fix the issue later than just to be throwing away money. Laid the foundation, the walls are up. So what are we going to do next? We are going to put in the infrastructure. This means the electrical and the plumbing fixtures. So we're going to cut the wall and we're going to install the plumbing and the electrical piping. Now bear in mind, people, the piping is not so expensive as the electrical wire. The wires are so expensive. This is something that we definitely have to budget for, because fixtures, that's one of the most expensive parts of the building stage. We have to install the electrical and the plumbing fixtures before casting the final floor slab, because we'll need to run these fixtures in the floor as well. So we have to install it and then we can slab the floor. Oh, look at us. We're almost finished. We're at the roofing. Yeah, I have to do a little bit of recording over. So people, what I've realized recently in Jamaica, a lot of people, they are using concrete roofing. So they're decking their roof as opposed to the different types of roofing. And I think that this is as a result of the recent hurricanes that we have had in Jamaica. You saw the devastation of Hurricane Melissa and what it has done to a lot of houses and roofs. Of course, it was a category 5. Nobody not taking a check these days, so they're just decking their roof. You know what I believe? I believe that once the roofing is done properly, it should be able to withstand a hurricane. However, if you want to take the safe bet and deck your roof, no problem, because my roof is also decked. Let us talk about the next stage, the lockup stage. And people, I'm going to give you a valid information here, something to note. At this stage of the building, this is where a lot of people and them contractor fall out. Because after they lock up the building, that is, they put on the windows and the door, is like the project done. I didn't know this until recently. When a contractor tell you, and I'm not saying it goes for every contractor or every builder, but it's typical and I've seen it happen over and over again. When they tell you that they will do a project for this much, say for instance, they say they are going to build you a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, kitchen, dining, and the whole works for $10 million. And you're like, yeah, sound good. Sometimes I don't explain to you that a lot of things are not included. When I was building with the NHT, they give you the money up to when you lock up the house. They'll let you know that the tiling of the house, the electrical wires, they are not, the painting, the cupboard, that's not included in the building. And that is what a lot of contractors do. They complete the building up to the lockup stage. That means they block up the house, they put on the roofing, they install windows and door, and then it's done. If you want to tile, paint, put in cupboards, the electrical wires, it's on you. You have to come with more money because they are only responsible for building the house and lock it up. So all those other things is like, it's on you. So it's very, very important to have a discussion with your builder. And this is why I say ensure you get a quotation, what it will cost you for the entire project. And not just a quotation, they have to break down the cost and the description of the task, what they will be doing at each stage. And both of you have to agree on it. It would be good if you can also sign a contract. But also note, say you get a quotation from the hardware when you just start the project for the building material and you haven't purchased all the materials as yet, and then you go back in a year time for more materials. Please note that the prices will not be the same. Building material, the prices are through the roof right now, and it keeps rising and rising and rising. The longer you wait, the more expensive it gets. So if you can go ahead, buy all the blocks that are required for the entire project, you do that. Buy all the steel, buy all the sand, buy all the gravel. Buy them and put them down because at the end of the day, it can't spoil. And building prices are getting higher and higher daily. You cannot buy up all the cement at once because they will get hard. So you have to buy the cement in stages. Look at that, people. We're done building, we're basically done build because we're at the final stage. We're at the finishes. We're finishing up the house. We're now tiling. We're putting in the fixtures like the toilets, the face basin, the kitchen sink, the cupboard. We're pulling the wires through, the electrical wires through, and all the other plumbing fixtures. So just like that, we built the house in under 30 minutes. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And if you don't have the land, you can always take your time and purchase a piece of land. Land can't spoil. Purchase the land, put it down. The value goes up annually. Where you have the money, you start building in stages. Trust me, you'll be so frightened to see how quick you'll build your house if you continue to build in stages until completion. Thank you so much again. Until the next video, I will see you.